Good afternoon, beautiful people. We are the proudest, the fewest, the boldest, and the bravest. I am Janelle Marina Mendez, and I'm a survivor of military sexual trauma. When I was 17 years old, I was the victim of a series of sexual violence. I was raped by my superior in the United States Marine Corps. After all of that, I was a victim of retaliation and harassment, which was so severe that I ended up with post-traumatic stress disorder. I was then charged with underage drinking and thrown in military jail for reporting my rape. The retaliation and harassment I faced resulted in me becoming homeless and on drugs. And by God, I was able to survive and make a life for myself. Today, I still struggle with post-traumatic stress disorder, and I often relive those painful memories in my day-to-day life. While I questioned a few times if I would make it, the VA has been instrumental in helping me manage my PTSD episodes that often cause me deep levels of pain. 1 in 4 women in the military report being victims of military sexual trauma. Many more do not report the sexual assault and harassment due to the culture of toxic masculinity that drives our military, and because the judicial system is stacked against us. Beyond the profound shame and humiliation that a veteran who's experienced military sexual trauma has to deal with, an MST veteran is also vulnerable to legal injustices. In the military, your chain of command is also your legal system. The person who raped you could easily be the person who is writing your court martial or determining your future orders. 53% of homeless female veterans are victims of military sexual trauma. When a person reports sexual violence, they risk losing everything, including their military benefits. The loss of benefits results in homelessness, the denial of access to the VA healthcare system, and in some cases, a retaliatory discharge that creates an inability to get a job in the labor force. Many veterans who experience this enter the underground economy and often become vulnerable to sex and drug trafficking as a means of survival, and most of us have been unable to get out. Female veterans who experience military sexual trauma are 2 times more likely to commit suicide than a non-MST veteran. According to Reuters, veterans who report MST are 70% more likely to commit suicide. Tens of thousands of veterans have committed suicide as a result of military sexual trauma. This is my story. I survived an intentional overdose. The pain of sexual, physical, and psychological trauma was so intense that at the age of 18, I thought life was not worth living. I had been raped, molested, harassed, spit on. I had been called names like Look, a woman outside the kitchen, a walking mattress, a hoe, a slut. I had been choked. I had a metal chair thrown at me. I had been starved and sleep deprived over the course of 3 days alongside another female Marine. When I requested legal and medical attention, I was denied and locked in a room for 15 hours. I was told by the chain of command that hazing and sexual abuse was a part of the culture that I signed up for. Our military sexual trauma movement is inspired by the story of so many female Marines from across the nation. We may be a super minority, but we hold on to our values tightly, and we demonstrate what we believe is justice by coming together and combating the toxic masculinity that has harmed us for so long. We are the ones who remain unnamed. We are the veterans whose stories remain untold. And this is why we are at a crossroads today. Now, we are writing a new story together. One of progress, inspiration, and compassion. We're looking to bring a Bill of Rights for the victims of military sexual trauma to Congress to pass laws that protect survivors. We have a new generation of young people who are entering the United States military who deserve to be protected. Visit JanelleMendez.com, JanelleMendez, to learn more and join our cause.
Yeah!